Hey guys, welcome to FM Driving School. You're with me, FM, your fully qualified driving instructor. So today's the 3rd of July, Friday, and we're literally a day away from restarting your driving lesson. So great news. I'm really excited for all my students and all the students out there looking to start their driving lessons. Make sure when you do start your driving lessons that you're safe, you're wearing a mask. If you got any symptoms like coughing or the symptoms of COVID, do not go into your lessons, cancel your driving lessons. Carry those antibacterial gels so that after your lessons you can wash your hands, especially because in our driving lessons we'll be touching the steering wheel, we'll be touching the door handles, the key fob. Obviously as an instructor we're going to make sure we clean it after every single lesson, but take extra precaution, especially you're going back home, you're coming into a car with different students are using it, so make sure you also take that extra caution by cleaning yourself. So I'm really excited. I'm super excited that students who have been waiting so eagerly for driving lessons can now resume their lessons. Now let me give you some tips when you do start your lessons. Firstly, you may have not been driving for about a good couple of months, so you might be really rusty, and it's not a problem. The first 1 or 2 lessons you may be a bit rusty with the gear changes, with the clutch control, and if you're not, well done. But if you are, it's not a problem at all. As a teacher we expect this, so don't take it to heart that your first few lessons might not go to plan. I've been out on the roads. There does seem to be a bit of traffic, so it looks like the cars and the drivers are coming back into the road, so it's not going to be as empty as you may think, but obviously it's not as busy though still. The only slight problem that you as a student might face, especially if you're quite experienced and you're looking to pass your test ASAP, there may be a big waiting list in terms of your driving test. There might be a backlog of driving tests. Maybe you've even had your test rescheduled and you're just impatiently now waiting for it. So that's the only thing that might be slightly negative, that we may have to still wait for your driving test. What does that mean in terms of you as a student who wants to take the driving test? Should you be taking driving lessons? So discuss that with your driving instructor. Hopefully you have someone nice and honest. So the advice that I can give to you might not be applicable to someone else, maybe even someone within your family taking driving lessons. Everyone's at a different stage. You do have to discuss that with your driving instructor. So one tip I could give is, maybe if you're a fairly new driver, inexperienced, then it doesn't really hurt if you were to start your driving lessons, because by the time you get ready, by then maybe the driving exams slots might be freer. If you're a little bit more experienced and you're coming up to a stage where you feel like, okay, do you know what, I'm capable of doing a driving test, then by all means go for it. Just make sure you get enough lessons in, because obviously the time will be short. You won't have too much of a gap to be ready. So just ask your instructor to prioritize you, give you the amount of lessons that you need, because you're the most important student at this point in time, as you have the test coming up. Do like mock tests with your instructor, see what kind of mistakes you're making. If you're making mistakes quite commonly, so quite regularly, consistently, focus on that particular area. If you're making random mistakes here and there, and it's just 1 or 2 minors, that kind of shows that, okay, you're more likely to pass your driving test. If you're making too many major faults, serious and dangerous, that kind of shows a slight inexperience, maybe even decision making skills might not be there. So again, as I said, every student is different. Every advice that I give to a student won't be exactly the same. You have to discuss it with your driving instructor, but that's something that you can see yourself. As you're driving in your driving lessons and you're making too many faults, that will be an indication to you what kind of driver you're going to be, and how your test might plan out. Now, saying that, anything can happen on the test day. You might be having a bad day on your driving lesson a day before, but on the day of the test, and you might pass with 0 mistakes. So anything can happen, anything is possible. Watch our videos on driving. We give you tips on how to pass your driving test, what to look out for. We give you mock test examples, and even our recent video on how to drive in 3 minutes for the new drivers out there. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Good luck with your driving lessons and your driving tests. Thank you for watching.